Have you ever seen an all-white crocodile? Can you believe its price reaches up to $100 million? However, that's not even the most expensive one. The first place among the top 10 most expensive albino animals is considered a priceless treasure, and no one can afford it. Today, I will introduce 10 extremely rare and exorbitantly priced albino animals. Koalas are arboreal marsupials native to Australia, and anyone who has seen them in their true form would say they are among the cutest and most beautiful animals in the world. They typically measure around 85 centimeters in length and come in various shades ranging from silver gray to chocolate brown. However, occasionally, individuals devoid of any pigmentation appear, and they are completely white in color. White koalas are not true albinos, but rather the result of a recessive gene inherited from their parents, often referred to as the silvering gene. Young koalas born with white or extremely pale fur usually shed it and develop the regular coloration as they grow. However, in extremely rare cases, koalas can maintain their snow-white fur throughout their lives. Due to the increased vulnerability to predation in the wild, their chances of survival are extremely low. Nonetheless, a few white koalas can be seen in Australian zoos. If these individuals were to breed successfully, they could potentially pass on this gene to their offspring, making white koalas more common. Almost every animal has the potential to be born with albinism, and one of the most common manifestations of the lack of pigmentation is seen in snakes. In fact, there are several ways in which this condition can manifest, ranging from snakes that are completely white with red eyes to those that lack certain pigments. Corn snakes and Burmese pythons are particularly prone to genetic abnormalities, and it is no coincidence that they are popular pet species. Breeders often try to create snakes with novel and interesting colors to attract buyers, which can increase the likelihood of producing albino snakes. If you want to have an albino snake as a pet, it is best to ensure that you purchase it from a legal and reputable source, while also understanding the proper care and husbandry practices to ensure their health and well-being. The white lion, also known as the African white lion, is an extremely rare mammal in the world, with a total population of less than 100. It is different from the typical image we have of a lion with brown fur. The African white lion is completely snow-white, exuding a touch of elegance and majesty. How are white lions produced? Some scholars believe that white lions are the result of a rare genetic mutation that causes a change in the normal yellow color gene, turning their fur completely white. However, other scholars hold a different opinion. They believe that white lions are a reversion phenomenon of normal lions. White lions existed in ancient times, possibly dating back to the Ice Age, when the ground was covered with white ice and snow. Most animals were white because white served as a form of camouflage, allowing them to better hide from their predators. Therefore, lions during that time were white, just like the polar bears that currently inhabit the Arctic. Later, as the ice and snow melted, animals evolved various colors to adapt to the environment. The exact reasons for this are still unknown. Nowadays, most white lions live in Africa. Some people in foreign countries even want to spend $1 million to bring African white lions back as pets, but it is obviously highly unlikely. Currently, there are only around 20 albino alligators worldwide. The price of a single albino alligator can reach an astounding $100 million. In a park in Orlando, USA, there is an albino alligator named Pearl. Due to suffering from albinism, her body lacks other pigments, resulting in an entirely white appearance. After long-term observation and research, Pearl's behavior and habits are not significantly different from regular alligators, and her physical condition is not abnormal either. However, almost all animals with albinism have a slightly shorter lifespan compared to other animals. But there is one albino alligator named Claude at the California Academy of Sciences who breaks this curse. He has lived a healthy life for 24 years and shows no signs of any health issues. Albino alligators belong to the same species as regular alligators, the only difference is the absence or lack of expression of other pigment genes in their bodies, resulting in a complete lack of color. However, albino alligators have never been found in the wild. The main reason is that their white color is too conspicuous, making them easily detected by natural predators. Generally, they do not survive to adulthood. When it comes to white brown bears, we have to mention a bear named Joey. When people first discovered Joey, a white bear, in the forest, they mistakenly believed it was a lost polar bear. Consequently, animal protection organizations immediately launched a rescue mission and kindly transported Joey back to the Arctic after sedating him. When Joey woke up, he found himself suddenly in the Arctic, completely bewildered. Despite being entirely white, the Arctic was not his home. Therefore, Joey always tried to find ways to escape, only to be repeatedly brought back to the Arctic by people. Poor Joey not only struggled to find prey and often starved in the Arctic, but he also faced frequent beatings from the local native polar bears, as polar bears are typically larger than brown bears. It was truly a period of miserable life for Joey. Even today, stories about Joey are still circulating on the internet. There are 23 known species of vultures in the world, known for their bald heads. The absence of feathers on their heads is actually an important adaptation for cleanliness and regulating body temperature while feeding. Additionally, the dark coloration of their body feathers makes it even more unusual for an albino vulture to survive into adulthood. Although this occurrence is rare, albino vultures have pure white feathers and pink eyes. You might not consider vultures the most beautiful birds, but certain aspects of albino vultures make them even more majestic and impressive than their counterparts. They have long been seen as symbols of good luck and mascots. Like almost all species, albinism and vultures make them more susceptible to predation, but due to the scarcity of natural predators for vultures, this danger is not as severe as it is for other species. Furthermore, since they feed on carrion, there is no risk of their prey escaping. Gorillas are commonly perceived as entirely black, but in reality, there exists an albino gorilla with a completely white coat. His name is Snowflake. Snowflake lives a solitary life in this world because he cannot find any individuals with the same coloration as him. He was discovered in Equatorial Guinea in 1966. Further research revealed that Snowflake was a product of inbreeding. A Spanish research institution analyzed his frozen blood samples and concluded that his albinism gene was inherited from his parents. His father was the uncle of his mother, and their DNA shared 12% similarity. Due to Snowflake's unique white appearance, he was sent to the Barcelona Zoo for exhibition. His photos even appeared on album covers in the 1990s, creating significant commercial value. The hunter who initially discovered this albino gorilla chose not to kill him but captured him, as he had never seen a completely white gorilla and believed he could fetch a high price for it. Nowadays, this white gorilla is estimated to be worth up to $7 million. However, no amount of money can acquire him anymore, as Snowflake passed away from skin cancer in 2003. He spent his entire life at the Barcelona Zoo. Now, pay close attention to the next 3 types as they are priceless treasures. If encountered, it is best to keep a distance. Accidentally damaging them could result in devastating financial loss. The white peacock appears as if it has stepped out of a fairy tale. Its entire body is pure white without any hint of color, resembling an ice queen. It holds high aesthetic value. Its long tail can unfold into a fan shape, adorned with iridescent eye-shaped spots that shimmer with colorful hues. White peacocks are usually rarer than their blue counterparts because they require more mutations and genetic recombinations to occur. The white peacock is a variant of the blue peacock, and its formation process is similar to albinism, primarily caused by the suppression of melanin production. In the wild, white peacocks primarily inhabit low hills, valleys, and riverine areas, feeding on plant seeds, leaves, grass seeds, insects, and other small creatures. Apart from their unique appearance and ecological value, white peacocks hold significant cultural and artistic significance. In countries like India, they are considered sacred animals and are revered and worshipped. Additionally, white peacocks are used as symbols or motifs in various cultural and artistic works, such as the peacock imagery in Hinduism, Buddhism, and other religions, as well as their symbolic meaning in literature and art. However, spotting white peacocks in the wild is extremely rare. Most white peacocks seen today are the result of human intervention. The population of white peacocks is exceedingly scarce, making them highly precious and regarded as priceless treasures. Migaloo is the only known albino humpback whale in the world. He was first spotted in 1991. Since then, every March, he appears on the beaches of Sydney, providing a spectacle for people to enjoy. The locals eagerly anticipate their annual encounter with him. Due to the vast range of whale migration and the difficulty of tracking, this white whale disappeared from sight for a staggering 20 years. Scientists believed he had either died or been killed. However, in 2009, Migaloo reappeared near the waters of Australia. Since then, the local government has issued strict orders prohibiting anyone from approaching this white whale for any reason. This clearly demonstrates the preciousness of the albino whale. The giant panda is already a rare national treasure in China, and an albino giant panda is even more unique. Albino giant pandas were first spotted in the Qinling Mountains region of China in the 1990s. With advancements in technology, more and more albino giant pandas have been captured on camera. The causes of albinism in giant pandas are primarily albinism disease and genetic mutations. However, true to their status as national treasures, even without their original coloring, albino giant pandas are still able to adapt and survive in the wild. Unlike many other albino animals whose populations have sharply declined, giant pandas have managed to maintain relatively larger numbers. This is mainly due to their possession of canine teeth and strong biting force, typical of bear species. With their weight of around 100 kilograms, most animals dare not provoke them. Additionally, they live in bamboo forests at high altitudes, where they are not disturbed by large carnivores. Only packs of jackals can pose a slight threat to subadult giant pandas. Therefore, giant pandas are considered one of the albino animals with a relatively higher survival rate. Apart from the white fur, there is also a special group within the giant panda population known as the brown fur pandas. Their numbers are much smaller, with only 7 individuals discovered so far. Some zoologists believe that they have undergone a reversion phenomenon and mutated into brown-skinned animals. In addition to the aforementioned albino animals, there are many other animals in nature that experience albinism due to various reasons. They are also extremely rare. Have you encountered any other albino animals? Welcome to leave a comment in the discussion section. Okay, that concludes today's content. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, follow, comment, and share. See you in the next episode.